Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to Welcome Wellness Podcast, episode number 9 or 10. You know what I forgot because we do so many. But today we got a special guest. Today we got Coach JT in the house. And today we're going to talk about fitness plateaus, just overall fitness, and from a coach's perspective. All right. Before we get started to this, like we got another guest right here. He's been coaching for a long time, but I could talk about him all day, but I want him to tell more about his story and how he came up. And I want to know like where you from and how long have you been coaching?
Okay, so first off, I appreciate you, Prince, having
Yeah,
me on the podcast today. You guys, you and your brother Jason and all of y'all be killing it on the
yeah,
content. Like they're like the hot up and coming trainers. Not even up and coming; they have arrived. So I'm just excited to be on this podcast and see what it becomes in the future. But about me, so originally from North Carolina, moved here when I was real young here in San Antonio, maybe like 8 or 9, maybe even younger. So I've been here most of my life. Growing up, I was into sports and everything, mostly football. That was my sport because I got to hit people. I was
hmm,
a little angry kid. So, it was just like, even if I was running the ball, I was ferocious with it. So, anyway, uh, going into adult life, didn't know what I wanted to do after high school. I did want to play football, but I was getting into all kind of crazy things that I shouldn't have been getting into, drugs, girls, all those things like
yeah,
that. And to make a long story short, I got into the oil field because I was having kids and stuff, and I was trying to be legit with my money and the way I made it. So got into the oil field to be able to support my family, and it kind of calmed me down, got me out of that partying lifestyle, the drinking and everything, kind of calmed me down because when you're in the oil field, you're out there working
hmm,
16, 18-hour shifts, sometimes even longer. Sometimes you're around the clock working. So it allowed me to like just let the dust settle, everything calm down, really come to what I wanted to do in life. Initially went in there thinking that, I wanted to be ambitious in this right here. But over time, I realized this isn't what I want. And I remember actually being with my kids at the mall one day, and I'm walking, and I pass a mirror, and I see this guy. He's got these skinny arms, this big old pop belly,
hmm,
and some man boobs, and I realized that's me, bro. Like that's what
yeah,
I look like. I asked my baby mom, I'm like, yo, why did you tell me I look like this? So I got into fitness, dove head first in with it. Like it just snapped. I knew how to work out because I grew up playing
football,
sports and stuff.
yeah,
So I just working out. I was always infatuated with bodybuilding and everything. And I just made up my mind, I'm going to be fit. I don't care how old I get. Like I'm always going to be in some kind of good shape. And, I started reading books and everything around that time. And there came to a point where I was reading this one book, Think and Grow Rich.
yeah,
And it teaches so many different lessons, but what it got me doing is visualizing what I really wanted for my future, right? So, and at that particular time, the only thing I really could think of that I wanted for my future, if money was not an option, how do I want my future to look like? Is I
hmm,
like being in the gym working out. That was all I had, and I
yeah,
was like, and I'm a natural empower. I like seeing other people do well. That's why I did well in the oil field because I was helping everybody else grow with me and everything. And you know, I decided, I want to get into this training thing. I literally visualized myself down to the way and the color of the gym looks that it looks
hmm,
today. It's just that's exactly where I'm at now. And I visualized that at that particular time. And so to make this story a little bit shorter here, I dove headfirst into fitness. I got laid off from the oil field, and that was actually the best thing that could have happened. Like
yeah,
a lot of people were real sad about it and everything. I was like, listen, I was gonna quit anyway, but
yeah,
now y'all got to pay me. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So I got a
perfect,
little money as I like, so I could figure out, the entrepreneurship behind running your own fitness business and everything. And the game has changed a lot since back then. And this has been my 10th year
yeah,
in fitness since then. And I've just been, very grateful to have helped so many people out, so
hmm,
many people learn it. Those first couple years were rough, and even when I felt like I was at my peak of my fitness game, there was a point where I hit rock bottom and had to pivot and get back up and keep
yeah,
going. So in a nutshell, we are here today, here in San Antonio. I feel like I definitely have arrived, but there's always something to learn.
exactly,
And we're in this age of social media and everything. And back then, like social media was just kind of coming out, you know, to make myself sound old right there. But you know, I was just getting into it, and now, you know, I like to really think, you know, because I got kids, man. So with my content and everything I put out and everything I say, you know, I want to make sure that I'm relevant, truthful, and that this is helping other people out, whether it be
Yeah,
through
yeah.
fitness or the mindset and everything. And that comes with debunking a lot of myths sometimes, maybe challenging some other people's truths out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the more and more I coach people, the more and more I learn. You know, I
Exactly.
never turn anybody back in the day. I was scared. So if you had any kind of ailment, see a doctor. Don't come train with me. You know, but now it's like I rise to the occasion because we're
Yeah,
in the age of information as well. And so I can get that information. And then if they're willing to try it out and everything like that, we help people overcome some of those obstacles, and instead of taking these medicines that doctors give us
yeah,
as a band-aid and that don't really help us, now through like nutrition and exercise and everything, we're able to actually heal people, you know.
yeah.
And that's where the information I put out on my social media, that's the direction it's headed into.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah, I love it, man. It's
Hmm.
a great story, you
Thank
know.
you.
And that's one topic I want to talk about because you said you started your journey,
Hmm.
right? The one day that you saw yourself, when you saw yourself in the mirror,
Yeah.
right? You had some type of motivational moment where it's like, no, I need to make a change. I need to do something,
Hmm.
you know. And like, I want to ask you this: so, how would you tell somebody like, what are some things you would tell somebody to keep them motivated on their fitness journey? Like, what do you think about motivation overall and all that stuff?
Motivation is good. I mean,
Yeah,
but let's just face the facts. If you're motivated to get into the gym or whatever, first off, go ahead and do it. Get
yeah,
it started, but don't overwhelm yourself, because then on those days where you're not motivated, you'll fall off. It becomes too much. So if you
exactly.
are motivated, start small, you know, work your way up, right? That way it's easier to create a discipline that is a small thing,
Hmm.
right? As opposed to this real big thing, going cold turkey, cutting off all the things. No, let's start little, get you a little bit of information. Maybe it's something as small as drinking water every day. Maybe you go to the gym only for 10 minutes. I remember
Hmm.
one of my mentors was saying that he only go to the gym for 10 minutes a day or
Yeah,
whatever. Everybody was making fun of him. I thought it was good because he's
yeah.
creating a new habit.
Habit.
And
Hmm.
that's not easy to do, right? So the thing is if you're motivated to do something, go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
But motivation will leave you. Your
exactly.
disciplines will stay. And if you learn to create a habit behind your motivation, then it will stick over time. It'll
Exactly.
become who you are, and you'll enjoy your journey more that way,
Yeah.
you know?
No, true. I
Yeah.
believe that, man. And that
Mhm.
too. Like, I hate, man. I hate is a strong word, but I dislike when people say, "Hey, how do I get? I just don't have the motivation to do it. I need some motivation to do it." I'm like, "No, you don't.
No, you
Look,
don't.
are you motivated to go to work at that job that you don't like?
Right. Yeah.
You're not. You don't
Like,
like it, but you still go anyway."
and here's the flip side
Yeah,
to that, because if you are not taking care of yourself, life at some point is going
yeah,
to find a way to motivate you. And a lot of times
yeah,
that comes in the form of the doctor telling you that you are pre-diabetic, you have cancerous cells in your body, a fatty liver, or heart problems, you know, and then you have no choice but to then eat better, you
yeah.
know, or go exercise or whatever. And if you don't, a lot of people even then still can't, you'll die.
Exactly. And it's just
Straight
funny.
up,
Yeah,
you know.
I love I love it, talking about it because everyone's like, "Hey, how do you stay motivated?" I'm like, "I don't. Hell, I didn't want to work out this morning. Like the
No,
dude earlier today, I was supposed to do legs for like 1 hour. I ended up being like 2 hours because I'm like, man, this shit sucks.
for real,
I
bro.
don't like to do that shit,
Yeah.
you know. And you know, I want to go before I go on the next question. Like, here's one thing I'll do for my clients because my
Hmm.
clients are always, "Hey, coach, how do I stay motivated?" I'm like, look, you're not gonna be motivated all the time, right? We're not motivated to do a lot of stuff that we do. We just do it anyway because we gotta take
Hmm.
care of ourselves. I would say this, like, do something. Always challenge yourself to do something that you don't want to do. Try to like force yourself to not do it. Just one thing. You know, I don't give a damn what it is. Taking out the trash at fucking nighttime when you're on the couch.
Yep.
That's one thing I do. You know, and I'm just like, you know what? I gotta remind myself whenever I come to that point where like, damn, I know I have to work out, but I don't want to do it. That's when I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm like, no, I gotta do the shit that I don't want to do because that's where the magic is found.
Yep.
Doing the shit you don't want to do.
Yep.
You know, and so
Usually when it gets hard,
yeah,
that is your breakthrough right there.
yeah,
And you're creating that new discipline. Have you ever read a book called Your Obstacle is the
nah,
Way?
not yet.
Read that book, man. It's been years since I read. I think I read that
Yeah,
back in when I was in the oil field, you know, like 10 years ago. But that book there, in a nutshell, from what I remember, explained like those hard things that you have to do,
Yeah,
like that you're up against, or if you have any kind of goal and there's like something hard and versus something an easier way to do it, chances are that hard way is the way that you should go. That
exactly.
hard thing to do, that thing that you that looks like this giant to you, you know what I mean,
Hmm.
is the way to go. And, Jim Rohn always says that, if you stand up to it, chances are that it's not even as big as you thought it was.
Exactly.
You just made it that way in your head. A lot of times we do that with our motivation and stuff like that. We all motivated or whatever, but then life hits.
Hmm.
Something goes down. Or maybe life didn't even hit. It's just you feel overwhelmed just by all the different things you have to
Yeah,
do. And
for
all of a
sure.
sudden, working out's out the door. But guess what? Your health is a big part of
Exactly.
who you are, whether you decide it is or not. It's still going to be there, so you might as well take care of it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Health is
Mhm.
wealth to me.
Health is
And
wealth. Yeah.
I tell anybody, bro, like, I don't give a damn how much money you make. Like, even them, even a lot of people that have a lot of money, bro, they trying to take care of themselves. Like,
Hmm.
they sometimes they neglect their health, and they're like, damn, man, I wish I would have, worked out sooner. I wish I would have took, my health more serious. I wish I would have ate better or made better
Right.
choices.
Hmm.
So I think like that's the number one thing, because if you're not healthy, how are you going to take care of other people that depend on you, your kids? How are you going to make
Yeah.
money? How are you going to,
Hundred
you know what I
percent.
mean?
Yeah.
So um, I think it's very important on that. But your motivation, man, it's just a tricky word, and I'm just like, yeah, cool. I mean,
Yeah.
I tell anybody, like my clients are just, or anybody that wants to get into fitness, yeah, do it to start, but
Hmm.
just know it's not going to keep you consistent. It's
Yeah.
discipline, doing the habits, doing the stuff you don't want to do over a long period of time. That's what's going to keep you consistent with
Yeah.
it.
100%, man. That saying, "What keeps you motivated,"
Yeah.
bro. That over the years, it's like it don't matter what the topic is.
Mm-hmm.
It don't have to be fitness.
Exactly. Exactly.
Nobody stays motivated 100% of the
Exactly.
time to do anything.
Exactly, man. That's
So,
funny, man. And I feel
yeah.
like that causes a lot of people to plateau because they think that they need motivation. Like,
Hmm.
I work with a lot of people that do, weight loss. I'm pretty sure you do too, right? Because most
Right.
clients is weight loss, fat loss,
Right.
and
We live in San Antonio.
yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah, the food good.
I said it, and the food good
Yeah,
out here, man. It's a
yeah,
food mecca out here.
yeah. It's a funny thing, man.
Yeah.
And that too, bro. Like they overcome it. Like it's hard for them to overcome a plateau and make any more progress. Because I feel like I think it's part motivation, or they think it's motivation, but I think it's other things. What do you think is stopping a lot of people from overcoming their plateau when it comes to weight loss? In your experience?
Uh, a lot. Honestly, I think people plateau based off of. There are many things, but as of recently, and one of the ones I feel like I get most of is people feel like they should just be at this caloric deficit
Mm,
all the time,
yeah.
and eat one meal a day, and all that one meal is just a salad and stuff like that. But what
Hmm.
happens is your body adapts to that, and it goes into this sort of like, we put it in layman's term, like a hibernation mode. You're going to start holding on to whatever weight your body's trying to heal and repair itself based off of this little bit of calories, but you need more nutrients to help your body actually um, burn through the calories and everything. So that's just one of the things
Yeah.
right there, that where people will plateau. Like, yeah, because you're doing all this working out, you motivated and everything, but you ain't eating nothing.
Yeah.
Your muscles got to repair. In order to repair, we need a certain amount of
That's
protein. How much you eating one meal a day? Well, that's the problem right there.
that's the
And then,
funny
and
thing.
yeah, and then when
Yeah.
we got to repair that, your weight is going to go up, and you went up 2 pounds, and all of a sudden you have psyched yourself out thinking you're fat again
Hmm.
because you're that 2 pounds you went up.
Yeah.
Like that's
That is true.
it's a hard thing, but it's psychologically, like, people, I think, that boils down to the mindset first of where they're at and what they believed.
Yeah.
And it's our job at that point to get them to believe that, hey, this is nutrients. We got to teach and educate
Exactly.
them
Yeah.
what actual nutrients is, not only for their body but their mind too.
Hmm.
Let's stop this, debunk that myth. This is what it really takes
Yeah.
to actually lose the weight.
That's a funny thing,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them don't understand it. It's like,
Right.
damn, like, and some of my clients, they come to me with them same beliefs, right? We all believe,
Mm-hmm.
hey, you got to eat less to lose weight. I'm like, mother, you've been eating less for the past 20 years. You're still the same weight.
Yeah.
And then I get them on a nutrition plan or something, and then like, hey, how come I'm eating more but I'm losing weight? And who was like, it's crazy to think for them to think it's like, damn, all I had to do was eat a little bit more.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
that's why I tell people all the time. Like, you even see in my posts, like, hey, eat more, you're gonna lose more weight. And I'm like, why? Well, just like you stated with the nutrients, you know,
Hmm.
all food is not bad food. And I think from social media, society, they always got these. They develop bad relationship with food because all the
Hmm.
bad info they're getting out here. Like, hey, this is bad to eat. You shouldn't eat that, and
Hmm.
it's all confusing out there.
Yeah, it's so confusing. And then on top of that, the food be so delicious. And, and
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
yeah, we can go so many crisscross ways with that. But, you said it in a nutshell right there. Your body needs more nutrients in order to drop
yeah.
the weight, actually.
And that's
So,
funny.
yeah.
Have you ever had this happen to you before? Like, I'm, man, it's funny as hell. It's true when I really think about it. Well, to me it is, but I'll be telling people like, what they need to do in order to lose weight, right?
Mhm.
What they need to do in order to lose inches, right? Or I'll tell them, hey, this is what we need to do, and blah blah blah. And they're like, well, I love food, coach. I don't know if I can do that. I'm just like, well, if you love food, then you're gonna love what I'm gonna give you because you're gonna be eating fucking every 3 4 hours.
Right.
You're probably gonna be eating more than what you're used to.
Right.
Might not be as might not be like the greasy stuff that you like, but it's you're gonna be eating more than you're used to.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. Yeah. Like people's fight or flight, man, they want to be routine in eating those things they want and
Yeah,
everything. They don't want to. It's hard for some people to understand that because they have been fat,
yeah,
and then there's insecurities that come behind it and
yeah.
all of that. So when you say that and then you present them with all this food, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times, they're not just thinking about that food, they're then thinking about all the stress that they went through and the way they felt when were at a
Yeah.
higher weight and everything. And so that's why, for me, what I do is I try to build as much rapport and trust as I can with my clients so then they can trust that,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times that same information, the information we give them,
Yeah,
it's on
yeah.
the internet,
It is.
but
It
they
is.
don't trust it.
Exactly.
And so they end up, the clients that stay with us the longest, we have a relationship with, they trust us at this point.
Yeah.
And then when they trust us, that's when they trust the process, and then they start actually implementing it
Mm-hmm.
and go from there. And then, I don't, I mean, I imagine your coaching style is very similar to mine.
Yeah.
I try not to take everything out the door for them.
Exactly.
Like, I like to see what they're eating the first few weeks, and then
Yeah.
let's make small changes as we
Got you.
go.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, because some people, like, you got your super athletes, and you get those crazy clients where you can give them a meal plan, they following it,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
killing it. But then for some people that have those psychological issues with
Yeah.
weight loss and everything, it's going to be hard for them to
Mm-hmm.
make any little change.
Yeah.
People in general do what they believe is right,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people know what is right, but what they know and what they believe sometimes can be two different things, right?
Exactly.
And even though, like, just like in general, people know that they should be eating certain things that
Yeah.
are nutritious for them, that they don't eat them. That's because they don't believe that it's truly going to have
Exactly.
any effect on them.
Exactly. And I believe they're,
Mm.
they're patient enough for that.
Yeah,
Some people they don't, it's just patience. Especially with this society, young people, and we just
yeah,
want shit quick. Microwave society and all this
yeah.
stuff. That's a whole other podcast.
It's a whole nother
You might be on that one
podcast.
too, right?
Put me on all of them,
Yeah.
bro. We got this.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, people want to keep continuing to do big back activities,
Right,
but they don't want to make these little changes. And they think it's like, yeah, like you say, we don't have to go super strict. Like, some
right.
of the foods we're eating, we can still continue to eat them, but maybe prepare them a different way. You
Hmm.
know, and that's why I tell my clients, like, my approach was different versus 2 3 years ago when I started. First, it was like super strict,
Yeah.
and I look back, I'm like,
As
damn,
coaches, we all
hey,
start off like
I
that,
was
bro.
like, damn, I was really letting you eat fucking chicken and rice for a whole 12 weeks. God
Yeah.
damn, I'm terrible. But
Yeah.
I would quit. I'll quit too, right?
Yeah. Dude, I
But
didn't eat chicken for a whole year because I
yeah,
got burnt out on it myself,
yeah,
bro. Like,
yeah,
yeah. So,
yeah. So my approach now is like, I asked them like, hey, what kind of foods do you like to eat? Like, most
yes.
of my clients are like Hispanic. I'm half
Yeah.
Mexican myself, so I already know. They're like, hey,
Yeah.
it's hard for me to lose weight because I'm Mexican. No,
In San Antonio, we need
yeah,
flavor, bro.
yeah,
They want
yeah.
flavor.
And so what I
Yeah.
do is I'll make like
Yeah.
Mexican recipes, like that I watch
Yeah.
my grandma cook. And then
Take out the lard.
yeah, I'm just we ain't
Yeah.
using that fucking masa, the mantequilla, none of that
Yeah.
shit. We're not using, like, we're taking certain ingredients out,
Yeah.
and we're making it more nutritious.
Yeah.
So that way it doesn't feel like a diet. Because I hate dieting. I don't tell my
Dude.
clients like, hey, we're not dieting. You might be strict. We're gonna go through cutting phases where it's
Right.
gonna be strict for a little bit, but after that, we're gonna start incorporating your favorite foods to give you some type of balance, so it's not over consuming your life. Because
Yeah.
they're mostly moms. I'm not training them to be bodybuilders.
Yeah.
And like, what about your clients? Like, how do you incorporate some balance? Like, what are like most of their goals, and how do you incorporate like some type of balance into their life to where they're still getting results and enjoying it at the same time?
Yeah. It's different for every client. And the way I like to incorporate balance is through cheat meals,
Yeah.
man. Um, if we are the kind of client, because you have different kind of clients. You got people with your high metabolisms
Hmm.
that can eat anything. Convincing those people to eat right is one thing. But what I like to do across the board is these restaurants. I find out what all their favorite restaurants are and find out what the good things on the menus are
Hmm.
that we can eat, right?
Yeah.
That's one of the things. And then there are just some restaurants that they never heard of, but I know you like these kinds of flavors.
Yeah.
Check out this restaurant right here. I don't want to say them because maybe I should say
No,
some of
don't
these
promote. Hey,
restaurants because
hey, they
they
ain't
ain't paying
sponsoring
us.
you.
They ain't sponsoring. No sponsoring, but whatever. Like
Yeah.
there are certain restaurants out here that even though the food is healthy and nutritious, it just tastes so much better, bro,
Hmm.
like than what we would make at home or
Yeah.
get from a different place. So I try to be knowledgeable about that, because now some people, they're just not going to cook their own food, whatever. They're going to order it from somewhere. If there's a meal prep company or something that is killing it or whatever, we'll hook them up with that. So it's just it's giving them that balance.
Yeah.
And I know myself, like, I'm going to get burnt out on certain foods. Like I can go a long time eating the
Yeah.
same stuff. I really can. But I'm a foodie at heart,
Yeah.
and I need flavor. I need to mix it up. Like a lot like you, I'll give them those recipes if they need it,
Yeah.
And hey, this little recipe right here, yo, it's fire.
Hmm.
Try it out. I challenge them to expand their palate. We're gonna
Yeah.
try some different things in different ways so that we're not getting bored with this food over here.
Exactly. Cause
Mm.
like I don't like I hate dieting, man. Now I
Yeah,
really think about it, I'm like, bro, I fucking hate that word. I hate everything about it.
yeah,
But I do understand like it is important to like we have to go through a phase of being kind of strict.
yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people they get too strict for too long, and
Hmm.
I'm gonna get into like eating healthy, right? A
Right.
lot of people think they need to eat healthy all the time in order
Hmm.
to make progress, and if they're not eating healthy, they're not gonna make any progress.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I say that. Again, it depends on the client
Yeah.
and where they're at in their journey. Um, and that word "all the time" could mean there's a
Yeah.
scale to that,
Yeah.
because all the time to one person could mean 3 days of
Hmm.
eating this right here,
Yeah.
and that was all the time for me. For somebody else, it was 2 weeks or whatever. Some clients that actually need to go a full 2 weeks before they see results because
Hmm.
they've
Yeah.
messed things up so bad, or we need to take certain things out. So it fluctuates, man. I think it's just really per the client, and us. It's our jobs to understand who they are, where they're at, based off of certain factors of what they're eating now and how we want them to eat. What's the best way to approach it? I think you're
Mm.
doing a great job just based off what you're telling me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever clients you got are y'all listening to him, y'all are gonna have
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now this thing,
So
like like for me, bro, I want to make it realistic to people.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
and so just like any client, we already know like, hey, you're an athlete, or what are you trying? What
Yeah.
is your goal? Like, not everyone's trying to be a bodybuilder.
Hmm.
And I feel like that was my mistake when I first started, because I'm like,
Same,
you know,
same, bro. Like,
yeah,
so CT Fletcher is,
yeah,
right?
hell yeah,
I
hell yeah,
watched a lot of that. So going into training, I'm thinking I'm CT Fletcher.
yeah.
I'm sitting here making people cry. You know what I'm
I'm CT
saying?
Fletcher from Timu, right?
I'm from Timu, right? The Timu version, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah,
But obviously that approach, is just
yeah,
not feasible for everybody. It wasn't me.
exactly.
And even the more you even get to meet him, he's not like that with everybody.
Hmm.
There's a particular type of client that he is like that with,
Yeah.
but he's not like that with everyone. And so, just us being adaptable as coaches, for one, that's where we know where to pivot for our clients as
Mm.
well.
No,
Yeah.
definitely, bro.
Mm.
But like I said, for me, bro,
Yeah.
it's like just
Making it
make it
realistic,
realistic, make it
because I
realistic.
do I do get clients that want to bodybuild, want to
Hmm.
train like a
Yeah,
bodybuilder. And so I got to give them the real
yeah,
of this is what it takes as a bodybuilder.
yeah.
This is what it's going to take. Let them know this is what it's going to take.
Exactly, yeah.
It's let's face it, most bodybuilders eating chicken and rice, maybe some
That shit
asparagus and
boring as
stuff
hell, man.
all the time, some egg whites and
Yeah,
oats, and that's pretty much their diet. Some certain fats, some peanut butter,
yeah.
avocado here and there.
Have you trained
And
to compete before? Have
Yeah,
you
I've
ever
trained
tried?
to compete before.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I know I've experienced it.
exactly.
You know, my fiance, she is a competitor herself,
Yeah,
so it's in the house all the time. Like I'm around it. I have
nice.
clients that we have ambitions to compete this next coming year coming up. So like
Oh hell yeah.
it's there. I'm around it. You
That's
know.
what's up. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wanted to compete one day. I did some training with my coach. His name Chris CT. You probably heard of him.
CT.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my
Yeah.
boy. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's one of my favorite coaches, man.
Yeah.
And I was doing that for like about 8 months, man. That shit was fun. I
Yeah.
loved it, bro. But but I knew I was like, damn, this shit is strict as hell. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I did it because I wanted to know what maybe if I have a client that wants to get a certain result like that,
Hmm.
train for a competition, maybe I
Yeah.
can help them. So I want to go through this shit first
Yeah.
and see how it is. And I'm like, shit. I was as I was doing it with my business, I just kept attracting more women, more moms specifically,
Yeah.
right? More moms, and I was
Hmm.
like, they're not gonna be eating fucking chicken. They're not gonna be eating every 3 hours every fucking day.
No.
Like I'm like, this is not sustainable for them.
Yeah.
So I changed my approach on that. But like I said, I had to go through some. I only been coaching 3.5 years.
Yeah.
So it's just like still I'm still learning as I go, and I feel like you too. Like you're still
Hmm.
learning as you go as well.
Right, 100%,
Like
man. We have to stay learning, man, because there's so many different levels and revelations we come to, and I find it weird and funny where there are a lot of coaches out here who only train people. They only do the physical part. They don't do
hmm
the internal part with the
yeah,
nutrition and everything like that. And I think that you're definitely on the right path. And the fact that you actually went through a bodybuilding prep, like that's the highest of all preps,
yeah,
in my opinion. The most disciplined that you have to be to go through a bodybuilding prep, and it's like almost not healthy. There's some parts of it that's just not healthy
yeah, yeah,
anyway, but they got to do what they got to do to look how they want to look,
yeah.
so they look the best on stage that day. And it's so tricky and so hard
It
to
is,
do.
yeah,
So the fact that you went through that and you experienced that, that puts you on another level as a coach.
yeah,
So you know what it's going to take for somebody to get the results that they need,
exactly.
whether it be regular lifestyle stuff. But even with those bodybuilders, they need refeeds,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
need a cheat meal,
Same, yeah.
same thing, man. So it's balance, all around, just based off the goal of where you want to go with it.
Not for sure.
Yeah.
And what do you think about what's your perspective on balance, man? You know what I
My
mean?
perspective on
Yeah,
balance.
because like for me, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I was in that phase when I was doing the bodybuilding stuff.
Hmm.
I was like, you know what? There's no balance. You know what I mean? And like
Hmm.
we either get results or we don't. You know?
There's definitely a
Yeah,
balance, I feel like,
yeah.
because and I used to have that approach where you either get results or you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember having that because I was in high school and I was asking my coaches, I'm like, hey, you know, I'm reading these bodybuilder magazines and stuff, and they'd say I should like eat a certain way. Do you have any suggestions on how I should eat? And they said, no, you just come in here, you work your ass off and just eat a bunch. And, however you end up looking, that's just how you supposed to look. And that's what I thought. I was like, okay, I just eat a bunch and lift, and however I'm looking, it's supposed to look. And then I realized, oh, if I need the lats to flare, and when I first became a trainer, I had no lats, bro. Like I need,
Yeah,
how do you get that V taper? Like I was, trying to figure that out. Like
yeah.
so stuff like that, man. The question was about balance. Made me go on a
No,
rant
no, you
another way,
good. You can
but
talk about that in a minute too.
but
Go ahead.
yeah.
Yeah,
So there's that. But then it's how do I look at balance? Again, I'll say it's there's balance and then there's bullshit because some people, will have a cheat meal every other day or every day, but yeah, I ate good the rest of the day. So I think it's as long as you are knowledgeable and knowing what you're doing, there's your balance right there. You
yeah,
have the knowledge, right? Now, whether you do it or not is completely up to
yeah,
you and be
yeah,
honest with yourself at that point. There's a point in my time where, like, like I know I was eating way too many cookies and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
And I started getting, a little belly start poking out way too much, and I'm not doing the things I need to do. And I'm calling it balance and I need a break. No, bro, I was balancing the wrong way,
yeah.
and me as a trainer, I can't be walking around here looking like Humpty Dumpty and
Exactly.
shit.
No, for
So,
sure. You gotta look the part.
like,
Yeah,
so we have to. I think balance is for me is how much knowledge you have and where you are willing to apply it at to make yourself happy. Where
exactly.
where you want it. What is your happy point? Because nobody's happy hanging all over the place and having health issues and huffing and puffing when they
Yeah,
walk up a flight of stairs.
yeah.
So
Exactly. And I feel like
yeah,
I feel like it's hard either way, really. You know what I mean?
right,
Like it's if you want to have a lot of balance, I mean, you gotta understand you're not gonna maximize your results. It's
right,
I feel like it's a phase we should go through
Hmm.
just to reset and then, put in work again,
Yeah.
go through a little strict phase again,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Go through that and fluctuate. And then even in the power of that, like balance goes back to mindset as well. Because I've had clients that come to me and they're
Hmm.
like, JT, I want you to train me. I'm gonna work out, do whatever workouts you tell me to do. I am not going to eat healthy. I'm here to
Hmm.
work out. I
Yeah,
respect that, bro.
yeah,
I respect that. At least I'm not going crazy trying to give you these meal plans and figure out what the problem is, and you
exactly.
sneak in meals and stuff like that, sneaking in extra stuff on top of the meal plan and all
Yeah,
that. And I'm thinking like something's wrong with me as a trainer. Like, no, you are being truthful, saying, hey,
hmm,
I'm not going to eat healthy. I'm here because I love working out. That's the psychological part for me, and that's that. I may pick up eating healthy later, but
yeah.
other than that, let's do that.
I
And,
feel you
and
on that.
that's what you want to do. Then be honest with yourself.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I wish my
Yeah.
clients would tell me that. You know what I'm saying?
I,
But I mean, and that too. Like, but at the same time, for me, I'm online, and for me, it's like if you're gonna do that. If you don't want results, like I'm not the guy. You know what I mean?
right.
Like I like to get people results because that's how I make.
Hmm.
That's how I get my name out. That's my
Yeah.
reputation on the line. But I
Yeah.
mean, I'm good. I'm glad that I'll be glad to have someone that's real transparent and say, hey, no,
Yeah.
I don't want to eat right. I just want to eat whatever I want and
Yeah.
just work out.
And
You know?
one thing as a coach that you could do is truly level and get to that point of trust with your client and
Yeah.
let them be honest with you. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
what are you going to do? And then, I have a phase within my training where I'll make certain clients every single meal, anything you consume, you put in your mouth that is edible, uh, I need to see a picture of it,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Number one, that makes them more cautious. So now they're actually going to try. And then if they eat off brand, whatever, that's fine. I just want to see. I'm not going to judge you. I just want to see what
Hmm.
we're doing so that I know what to work with.
Yeah.
You know, no judgment. We'll do that for like a week or two. And then we'll start making small adjustments from there.
Yeah.
Still send me the pictures, but make small adjustments.
Mm.
Get to a balance. They're happier that way. And then they can be more honest without saying like, oh, I just don't want to eat.
Yeah.
What'll happen is either they're gonna if they trying, if they really want it or want that next level, those results, they're gonna send you the picture.
Hmm.
If they don't send you the pictures, they don't want to do it. They really don't.
Yeah.
They somewhat believe like the training's gonna work, but they're not really doing it. They may do the workouts, that nutrition part, they're just not gonna do it. And you have
Yeah.
to be honest with them. Hey, be honest with me. Are you going to do this or not?
Hmm.
If not, I'm there's no judgment here. I just need to not waste any time.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, making you a meal plan if you're not going to follow it.
Exactly.
And I have clients like that. They've been on the same meal plan for like a year
Mm.
because I'm not going to make you a new meal plan when you have
Yeah.
not followed day one.
Exactly. That make no
Is
sense.
there anything on day one that is bothering you that you can't do that whatever? No, I loved it. Blah blah blah. Okay, well,
Yeah.
give me 7 days straight of it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Something.
Yeah.
Just those little things, man.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
I can't eat leftovers, and I heard so many stuff about meal plans and eating and prepping meals. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah,
You
some
know.
people are spoiled, man. We
Yeah, I
better
know.
not hit an apocalypse. A lot of people are gonna die.
Yeah.
I can't eat this. I can't eat
And
that. Like,
the funny thing is, you know what? I want to talk about cheat meals, man, because
okay,
I don't like that word cheat meals.
okay.
You know,
What do you call
could
it?
be, I don't call it nothing. It's just food. You know what I mean?
Okay,
To me, it's just regular food. It's either like to me, it's not a cheat meal or it's either the food is highly nutritious or it's no, you know what I mean, like low in nutrition.
okay,
I don't believe in really cheat meals.
okay.
Because
So explain what's low in nutrition to
yeah, like fucking Oreos, cookies,
you.
things
Okay,
like that, versus a fucking turkey burger or something, like,
yeah.
and
So
I tell them like this, like, I mean, if you want that stuff, there's a better way to make it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't
right,
have to like to where it's not, you don't feel guilty for eating it.
hmm
You know?
or at least make it nutritious.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's
Right,
like I'll tell everybody like there's any food you can think of. There's a healthy or more nutritious way to make it.
right. And
You
and,
know?
and then just for our viewers that
Yeah,
may not know nutrition, there's a difference between uh the type of food you eat and the
yeah.
amount of value that it gives you to your body,
Hmm.
right? There are certain foods that you eat them or whatever, they don't provide much nutrition other than
Yeah.
sugar, fat, lard, whatever the case may be. It doesn't help the functions of our body. It actually works against us. If
Hmm.
it's actually nutritious, it actually helps the functions of our body. That's in the form of maybe our immune system becoming stronger, maybe the way that we resist or repair, sorry, the way we repair our muscle and everything. There's certain nutritions that help with that and they taste good, so you can take
Exactly.
this empty nutritious meal that's not gonna do anything for us, we can find a way to make it nutritious by adding these things, taking out this. It still tastes good, if not the same, whatever, or better in some places. And there we go.
Exactly.
Nutritious.
I love it. I love talking about nutrition. That's one
Yeah.
thing I was focused on. And I would say once I started learning like how important nutrition was,
Mhm.
like, especially when I started my fitness journey, that's when I started like studying more
Yeah.
and getting really into it. And I love cooking. I love fucking showing my
Yeah.
clients like, hey, you can still eat that stuff.
Hmm.
And it's funny. Like I love seeing people like, dang, I really didn't have to stop eating tacos to lose weight. I didn't really have to stop eating cake to lose weight. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
like, there's always a healthier way, and that's why I
Yeah.
like teaching people, opening their eyes to this stuff. And it's like, it's really simple, more simple than you really think it is,
Right.
you know. But I want to talk about the cheat meal stuff. Like I said, I
Okay.
don't believe in the cheat meals.
Okay.
What I do is like, for my clients, if they want to eat something that they think is a cheat meal, that's
Right.
low nutrition, 20% of their calories, they can devote that to low nutritional items. You get what I'm saying?
I like that.
So, like if they have to eat 2,000 calories a day, then 20% of that, which is 400 calories, you can devote that to whatever the hell you want.
Oh, bro, you can
You
do
know,
some stuff with 400 calories. I like
exactly.
that.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm like, that's my
Yeah.
way of giving them balance so they can get results and
Right.
still lose weight at the same time. And I love
Right.
incorporating that because I do that. I eat 3,500 calories, 700 calories, just
Yeah.
shit, whatever the hell I want.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go over, sometimes I don't eat it at all. But
Yeah. No, I naturally have like a little something that's off almost every day, but my body has adapted to
yeah,
that. I'm burning it off. I know when to eat that thing
yeah,
and all of that. So
yeah.
yeah,
And I
I get it.
and I think too, like people don't understand, they'll come, like they have friends like you and me, right?
Right.
That can kind of eat whatever they want. They think you're eating whatever the hell they want, and still look good.
Right.
And I tell people, you know, like everyone's journey is different. Everyone's goal is different. Everyone's body is different. So just
And then
because
the
they're eating
things
that
we
doesn't
do
mean
with
you
it are
can get
different too, on top of
yeah.
that.
You said
Yeah.
what you say?
And the things we do with it is different
Yeah,
too. So
yeah.
yeah.
So I have a lot of clients that are like, hey, coach, how come, I'm pretty sure you had this too. Hey, coach, how come you're eating this? I saw your foodie videos.
Yeah. Yeah. I
You
got a
eating
lot of
everything.
them out there. I'm eating everything.
They'll be like,
Yeah.
coach, why are you eating all this junk over here? And I got to eat chicken and rice every day. What do you tell them? Like,
So what I tell them?
yeah.
I tell them, listen, our journeys are different, okay?
Mhm.
And you didn't see what I've been eating. Like
Yeah.
I've been pretty consistent for like the past 2 weeks,
Mhm.
So if I want to have this, I'm gonna
Yeah.
have my treat. Or sometimes I just need it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
For
need it.
sure.
I know when I need it. And then there's a way I utilize the calories to do
Yeah.
this, but
That's true.
I earn this, man.
Exactly.
That's how I feel. And you know, uh there are times where also there are times where I don't eat the whole I'll make like for instance there was a video where I just smashed into this burger. I didn't eat
Mhm.
that whole burger, bro. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could have, but
Yeah.
actually split it with my girl. Like I didn't
Exactly.
eat the whole thing. So it's balanced that way as well.
Exactly.
It's I'm not going to destroy that, but I know that like okay, I'm on purpose. I'm gonna go get eat half that burger, right? And then I'm gonna eat the rest tomorrow. I'm
Exactly.
looking forward to it tomorrow too. So
Yeah.
I know some actual foodies, like a lot of these top foodies out here. A lot of them are getting into losing weight and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and they get all this free food on top of whatever they get paid and everything.
Wow.
And so they don't eat all that food, bro.
Yeah.
Like they'll take a couple bites or whatever for the camera, but then they'll go and donate it to somebody or bring it home to the family
Mhm.
and let everybody pick at it or whatever. So it's just balance. It's being cautious.
Hell yeah.
Whatever the number one answer is to just do what your coach tells you
Yeah,
to do
exactly.
right here.
Yeah, do as I
So
say. Hey, do as I say,
yeah,
not do as I do.
yeah, right.
Because like I stated earlier, it's
Yeah,
about like, look, we've been consistent for years.
right. Hmm.
Plus, hey, genetics.
Genetics.
We
Yeah,
got some good. You know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
kind of blessed on that side. It's kind
right.
of saving us too. Plus, we exercise a lot too.
Yeah.
So
The number one thing you said is we've been doing this for years
years. Yeah, we've
and
been
we're not going to stop.
exactly.
So I could take a whole week to eat whatever I
Hmm.
want, but I know how to get myself back.
Exactly.
And I actually know what I'm eating. Like
Yeah.
I'm not just out here like eating whatever. Like I know what effect this stuff is going to have me down
Mm.
to a cellular level.
Yeah.
So other people like, just eat just based off how they feel and all of that. And that is okay.
Hmm.
But let's, like you said, balance, like
Hmm.
make sure you ate something
Yeah.
nutritious
Yeah.
throughout the day.
Yeah. Eat based on your goals,
Yeah,
not based on this other person's goal
right.
and where they
Hmm.
are.
Yeah, and I'm very much
Yeah.
blinders on. Like if I could say for anybody, if you want to stay, we talked about staying motivated.
Yeah.
One thing that will unmotivate you is you looking at everybody
Yeah.
else. Keep your
Oh man.
blinders on,
Hey man, I
bro.
think social media is fucking crazy. Yeah, like
Yeah,
it's good, but it's bad at the same time.
yeah.
You know, like I'll say the bad, bro, is like there's so much information out there. And I
Hmm.
talk to a lot of my clients that work with me now that hey coach, man, I'm just on TikTok, Instagram, and they're saying, hey, eat this and don't eat that, and this is bad for you, and that's
I
bad for
hate
you.
that.
And
I hate
I'm like, man,
it. I had
yeah.
one client had a nerve to come to me with some workouts that she found on TikTok.
Was it like the lunges with the fucking curls or what? What was
No, she just like, like she was just like, I don't even remember what it was, just the fact that she did that. And I'm like, golly. And I'm like, you know what, we can do that. That's fine.
yeah,
But
yeah,
like, I'm like, yo, you and she was like, TikTok said to do it this way. And I'm like, I tell you to do it that way
yeah,
every single time. Yeah, but like you said, bro, as far as misinformation and the different diets, the fast, the crash diets, the detoxes,
mm-hmm.
those upset me
Man,
the worst, because and it's not necessarily so much that the information is wrong, but
mm-hmm.
they may do it, see a result, but then they'll abuse it,
Yeah,
and then that's where they'll mess themselves up in the long run. And that's why I like balance. We talk about balance here, a balanced diet,
mm-hmm.
proteins, carbs, fats,
Yeah,
vegetables, balanced diet. That's where we want to live,
exactly.
unless you got an allergy to something or whatever. Everybody's coming out with gluten allergies and all that, whatever. Okay, we can pivot around that,
Yeah,
but let's not deprive ourselves of all things and only eat like water and lemons for
exactly.
45 days. Like, come on now.
Man,
You're
that
gonna
shit's
hurt, you're gonna
crazy.
mess yourself up.
Yeah, and I tell
Yeah.
everybody, like I said, we gotta be realistic. It's like if
Hmm.
you can't do something for the rest of your life, don't even get started on that.
Right.
You know, these quick fixes, everyone's doing it, and they're
Hmm.
like, hey, well, Brenda, she lost 30 pounds
Yeah.
just drinking lemon water all week,
Yeah.
all month. I'm gonna try that. Well, guess
Yeah.
what? Don't compare yourself to the result. Compare yourself, like if you're gonna compare yourself to her, compare yourself to like ask her how she felt when she was doing that.
Hmm.
Ask her the craving she had,
Yeah.
the stuff she went through while trying to
The
drink
struggle,
goddamn lemon
bro.
water, get on
Yeah.
this keto diet.
Hmm.
They don't think
Ask her if
about
her
that
hair
shit.
fell out a little bit.
You come back, hey,
Yeah.
you go ask her. No, give it like another year. You
Yeah.
go see where she's at. I bet you she's gonna be
Hmm.
back to where she started.
Oh yeah, man. A lot that
Yeah,
or even worse, man. A lot of them
yeah,
will end up with these digestive issues and
hmm
everything, and it gets real bad out there,
yeah.
bro.
And I tell and like I hate the quick fixes, man, because like I said,
Hmm.
being in a society where a lot of people my age, young kids,
Yeah.
hey, I want this quick, 30 days. We're gonna
Hmm.
lose 30 pounds, and
Hmm.
you know, and it's just like it's just doing people a disservice because it's like they
Yeah.
got to do it over. They're gonna have to start from square one and do it the right way.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah. The
regardless.
problem with a lot of the quick fixes, a lot of them will work, but then as soon as you come out of it, you are going to almost double the amount of
Hmm
weight, or let's say it was weight loss, you'll double that. For my clients, I have taken them through certain phases where we drop more. Like I have like online clients and stuff that'll be like,
hmm
yo, I got a photo shoot in 2 weeks and I need my abs and pops or whatever. And I let
Yeah.
them know, like, okay, well, we'll diet this way. We will do these things. This is not for you to stay on here because then we
hmm
got a reverse diet out of that so we can get you
Yeah.
back, and we don't get you on plateauing, at that
Exactly.
point, so and get them understanding that it's not good for us to do this 2 week
Yeah.
prep every week,
Exactly.
like, so just educating people and letting them understand. That's why I said, in the beginning that I want to be a voice of truth, and put the information out there that is right for people. And a lot of times that forces us to lead with the pain point. There's a lot of bad things that this those diets will create
hmm
over time, but with most pain points that we come with to in nutrition, the solution is balance.
hmm
you know Usually that's the solution, just balance.
Yeah.
Have a balanced diet.
Yeah.
You look on all the fine prints of everything, the supplements and all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Balanced diet.
Exactly. They all say that, right?
It all say that,
Even a waist
just,
trainer
yeah.
will be more effective with diet and exercise. Make sure you
Right.
diet and exercise. They say it on
Right.
the little on
Hmm.
one of the tags. I gotta find that picture that I saw.
Yeah.
But
So
they'll tell you that anything that you do, any quick
Mhm.
fix method that you think is a quick
Right.
fix, they're gonna tell you the same thing.
Even
Nah, it ain't
surgeries.
even the surgeries.
Yep.
You know what BBL stands for? I'll be back later.
I'll be back later.
You know,
Yeah.
but that's the thing. Like, it don't matter what you do. If you don't change your habits,
Right.
you're gonna always go back to square one. You know, you might
Right.
got to go get another procedure done. You might got to
Yeah.
get a tummy tuck again. Who
Yeah.
knows? But you got to change your habits. It's
Dude,
not just
that,
you know.
bro, that correlates in life, bro.
Yeah.
Like you said, if you do not change your habits, you will always go back to
Mhm.
square one. Somebody said if they took all the money out of the world and spread it amongst everybody evenly,
Mhm.
the rich will end up rich again and the poor will end up poor based off of their habits.
Exactly, and I've seen it,
Yeah.
man. But that's a whole nother podcast. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it correlates,
Yeah,
bro.
it
It's
is. It
still,
does.
you
It
know,
does.
but
That's
what
true.
fitness is a physical manifestation
Yeah.
of what happens when you are consistent or you have particular habits on the thing. It gives you that physical manifestation right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's true, because like I tell people, like, fitness is going to be very important. Like, especially if you're in the corporate world too.
Mhm.
Like, come on, let's be honest. Like, they're not going to pick. They're going to pick the person that's more in shape than the
Mhm.
person that's not in shape, because they can see, like, oh, this person, he has some type of discipline. She
Yeah.
has some type of discipline.
Yeah.
You know, let's be real. Let's
Well,
be honest.
I'll disagree with that a little
Yeah.
bit. Because if that's the only thing they're looking at, if
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
looking outside looking in, yes, there's one person from the naked eye that looks more attractive.
Yeah.
Right. But then when you talk to him and he's stupid,
Exactly. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I
No,
mean?
for
Like,
sure, for sure.
and the other guy's like knows everything. You know, there's a lot of rich people out here that
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, there's
that,
people that look rich, but they ain't. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
and then there are people who are actually rich and they don't look
it.
they don't look it, or they're fat, you know, whatever,
Yeah,
they're out
yeah.
of shape, you know, plenty of people out of shape. So I
Yeah.
try not to go too hard on actual like riches of money and health. Everybody needs health across the board,
Mhm.
rich or poor. Somebody tried to argue with me that um, being healthy is going to make them more money. Not unless you're a trainer or
Yeah.
something like that. But
Yeah.
no, it's not going to make you more money or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's just, it boils down to making more money, boils down to your practices, your habits, and what you do, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And in that there's so many categories of life where we apply that.
Yeah.
And you may have applied yours more to fitness while this guy applied his more to business and money. And guess what? Now you're broke and he has more money, but both of y'all could have balanced and come in between.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So
Hell yeah.
yeah.
No, I agree with that too.
Yeah.
But I mean, but I'll still say, like, presentation is kind of important. You
Oh,
know what I
it
mean?
is
Like,
very
you
important.
know, at first, but
Very
then when you really
important.
realize who you work
Yeah.
with, you talk to them, you figure out what's
Uh-huh.
going on up here. It's like, you know what? Maybe this guy's not a good fit. You know?
Yeah.
You know, because like if I was hiring for a company, I mean, I'll look at the fit guys and I'm like, hey, this guy, he don't know shit. You
Yeah.
know, let me try this guy. Let me try.
Yeah.
Oh,
And again,
he's not in better shape, but
Yeah.
he's a better worker. He knows what he's doing. So.
Yeah. And then it also
Yeah.
boils down to what that job is too.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like, you know, in our industry, if we're gonna hire
Oh
trainers,
yeah.
I don't care how knowledgeable are, if you are like, you know, and I've had, unfortunately,
Yeah.
like I've had to turn away some people who are kind of thick and, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah, I get, bro, you lost 70, 80 pounds and you want to be a trainer and everything, and I support you,
Yeah.
but you can't work for me, like in my
Yeah.
business, like, you know what I'm saying? You got a certain level to
Yeah.
go to.
So you
or
told me to go
whatever.
to Planet Fitness, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
but
no, but I understand.
yeah, you know, so and you know, that just happens
Yeah.
sometimes.
No, but that's real stuff
Yeah.
though. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
if I see a guy that's, you know, out of shape and he's asking me for, like, you
Yeah.
know, and not in a shape, not, he doesn't have the result that I want.
Mhm.
Like, and he's asking me, hey, you want to train and do it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna, why would I want that? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Now I'll tell you one thing though.
yeah.
And this is kind of going off subject, but still on subject.
Yeah. Go ahead.
San Antonio is about the only place where you will find like these heavyset trainers,
Mhm.
right? That are doing people's weight loss and stuff like that, right? Now, however, and I know this is a little bit controversial, I learned some of my best lessons from trainers that were overweight and fat.
Mhm.
Because I remember first starting out, I'm really trying to figure out how to get more clientele. And at the particular gym that I was at, there was 2 trainers there that are way overweight.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Were they former athletes, or they coached people before, right?
they coached people before, but they
Yeah.
were running circles around me. They had way
Yeah,
more
yeah.
clients.
Yeah.
And with that there, what I observed from those guys is that they got certain clients that needed somebody that wasn't so intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
They were approachable. They were very knowledgeable
Yeah.
trainers. You know, whether they may have practiced what they preached with nutrition might have been different, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, they taught it well. Their clients had results. They killed
Yeah.
it. You know,
Yeah.
they did good. They had dope boot camps, all these clients, and their clients like love them so much, and
Yeah.
they were very personable with their clients. So I kind of learned like, okay, I need to switch the way that I'm doing certain
Yeah.
things, you know, in order to get clients. Because I'm like, if these dudes right here in front of my face, there was a reason why at that moment in my life I had to have like these trainers running circles around me
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
were heavy set, you know. So that's a whole nother story
Yeah.
for us as
No, for sure.
trainers on like the rapport and everything that we have with our clients and how we make ourselves
Yeah.
approachable, you know, because you know our skin's a little darker than most
Yeah.
people, and sometimes people are intimidated by that and everything. But and oh well, if you're intimidated by that, oh
Yeah.
well. But you know, sometimes we are not that approachable just based off how we look.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
people have this misconception or whatever. Have you ever been in any situation where you felt like you wasn't approachable enough to anybody, or has anybody ever come to you with that?
I mean, every now and then, but I really don't give a damn.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
you have to
Like
not give
my,
a
my,
damn.
my
Yeah,
mindset, bro, is like, like
yeah,
I understand, but like
hmm
at the same time, it's like, I mean, I'm not gonna say, hey,
yeah,
I'm limited success because of it. Like, I'm
yeah,
that dude. I don't give a damn.
yeah,
I'm gonna be
yeah.
cool. I'm gonna be me.
I
You don't
love
work with me.
that.
I don't want to be with you. I don't want to work with you anyway. There's
Yeah,
plenty more people out here. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely.
But that does happen though.
Yeah, it happens. So
So, but like I said, I don't let it get me down. I'm like, okay, cool.
yeah,
Things happen.
yeah.
Bounce it off.
I smile
Yeah.
And roll on because you may not be for
Exactly.
everybody.
And
You
look, and
know.
you're a successful coach.
Yeah,
You've been doing this shit 10 years for a
yeah,
reason.
100%.
Some people don't even make it to
Yeah.
past the 1 year mark.
And I
You know?
sometimes wonder too why, because some of my clients are like that. They are
Yeah.
like timid, you know, and they can't go to the gym unless they with somebody and
Yeah.
everything like that. And you know, over the years we've broken them out of that, you
Yeah.
know. But you know, I do wonder sometimes how did they even like come to me or whatever. But and that's why like I kind of put the content that I put out because their
Hmm.
answer always is, well, I watched you for years. Like
Yeah.
some of the clients I just recently signed up was like, oh, I've been watching you for like 7 years and
Yeah.
I've like lost all this weight just watching some of your stuff and what you said
Yeah.
on there, and like I just love the motivation and all of that, and then I finally felt comfortable to reach out to you because I need to build muscle, you
Yeah.
know. So you know, just all around, if I can give any advice to you trainers out there, man, that aren't posting and everything, put your knowledge and everything out there, no matter how elementary you think, no matter how many times it's already been said, there are people that need to hear it from you, and you can't be so selfish as to keep it in. You want to help people out, put it out there. We have a free thing called social media that we can
Hmm.
just put that information out there and utilize it as a tool to help people, you know.
Hell yeah.
So
I agree with you,
drop
bro.
mic, we're done. I'm just kidding. I don't know how long
Yeah.
we've been talking, bro. What time is it?
I don't even know. Probably like about 45 minutes.
Oh, it's 4:20.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been
420.
on
What
here.
that mean?
Did you have any other like topics or anything we need to go over?
No, that's basically
We
it,
had a
man.
good conversation, bro.
It's just a combo,
Yeah,
valuable conversation.
yeah,
And that's the thing too, bro. Like we're just like, my why I'm here on earth to help people in any way, shape, or form that I can. And it just
yeah.
happened to be through fitness right now. You know,
Hmm.
um, but yeah, man, I love it. It don't even feel like work.
Yeah,
I'm just living my life.
yeah,
And then I just get blessed.
yeah,
Accordingly.
yeah.
You know,
100%.
yeah. But I do want to pull up on you at that gym, bro, because
Yeah, man.
yeah,
We'll get some workouts together.
yeah,
I kind of have like an idea because I know you're talking about the YouTube stuff.
yeah.
I kind of have an idea. Like you know, this whole setting, the same thing. I'm gonna have to have you on my podcast, and then, but I want to do something where we like, you know, do some workout stuff, like get some stuff
Oh
in the
yeah,
gym, you know,
yeah.
do something in there. It could be funny content, whatever. I love y'all's content, man. Y'all be killing it with those little skits and all
Oh
that
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
bro. Like,
I get real creative, man, because
yeah,
I really wanted to get into comedy. I might do a stand-up special just for the message,
hey,
just for the
bro,
message. Not a
do it,
stand-up
man.
special, but I want to do an open mic and see how that
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
Yeah,
you should do it. There's a lot
yeah,
of I don't know about in town, but I know in Austin they got like some like
yeah,
improv classes and stuff that are like real popular out
yeah,
there. Like, yeah, so
yeah. That's just
yeah,
something I want to do to like challenge myself.
yeah.
But other than that,
I can see you doing that,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
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 yeah. I
yeah,
want to act one day, but I'm like I'm trying to. There's a certain level of success I want to get to, certain amount of money, and then go into acting. You know,
yeah,
Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was already rich,
yeah. Exactly.
and then
Yeah,
was like, so then he could handpick his roles type stuff.
yeah,
I want to be like that old man on a movie or something. I don't need a leading role, just make me somebody's daddy or something,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I can
Like,
see you on a fucking show or something.
yeah.
Uncle Julius right here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Uncle Julius. Let me be Uncle Julius. I mean, I'll be a doughboy, bro. I don't care.
Yeah,
Somebody, you know,
anything.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I can see that too, man.
yeah, something
It's
like
fun
that.
though, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Like I said, bro. I mean, I love making content in general, bro. And fucking,
yeah.
it's like, without making, I wouldn't be here today if I wasn't making content, bro. And
Hmm.
it's crazy. All I gotta do is get behind the phone and just say some words and
Yeah, bro.
just be creative.
It's
Yeah,
become so easy for us to make
yeah,
it, and it's just one of the things we just get up and start doing it, bro.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
love it. Yeah.
yeah. Don't even think about. I'll say for anybody, just it's not even nothing about fitness, but if you try to make content or you like just remember this: you are the content. Don't create content like
Yeah,
you are the content. Just document the shit. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Just something little like, hey, I'm
Hmm.
just going to the gym,
Yeah.
or hey, I just did a podcast today.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I just start something small like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Back in the day, when I was first getting into, the fitness and trying to figure out the business behind it,
Mm-hmm.
one of the entrepreneur who was killing it at the time, he told me, he said, display your discipline, you know. And what is our discipline? What was my discipline? What I ate, my workouts, and how I was trying to get clients and prospecting, just the things that I do on a regular basis. My disciplines is displaying. So I got on my
Yeah,
stories and doing that. And
it's true.
outside of just actual fitness stuff, I love listening to personal development. So I got on, start posting personal development, and then you take in so much, it just naturally starts to come out. So I would turn on the camera when I felt like I was about to go on a rant, turn it
Mm-hmm.
on, man, and I started giving like my story, my
Yeah.
rock bottom story and how I come up and everything. That's what really blew
Oh
it up
yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
for sure.
People love an origin
Hell
story,
yeah.
man,
Yeah, you gotta be transparent, man, about where you started.
Right, yeah. For
And
whatever reason, people love that struggle part,
yeah,
man. Like, and if we got to say something for anybody out there that is
yeah.
overweight or whatever, and you want to post your weight loss journey, don't care what the haters may say. There are no haters. People actually want to see you win.
Mm-hmm.
They resonate more with you. You become more approachable, just like them heavy set trainers. You
Exactly.
become more approachable if you're on a weight loss journey, and then like going forward, eventually those trainers got to the point where they started listening to their own advice,
Yeah,
and like those guys, they're really good guys. They're eating healthier now. They're
yeah,
actually getting the results that they need to get and
yeah.
everything.
Like I
But
said, and everyone's a
yeah,
work in progress.
yeah,
You know what I mean? We ain't gonna be perfect. We all
yeah.
started somewhere.
Everybody's got their own journey, and there's
Yeah,
really like no perfect way, to do that. It's just you can't get in your own head and mess it up.
exactly.
That's all it
Yeah,
is.
don't be afraid to make mistakes,
Don't
man.
be
I make
afraid to.
mistakes every day. I make fucking plenty of them every foot, like
Oh
even on this
yeah,
podcast. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah,
But it's not a mistake, bro.
yeah,
It's just life. You know what I mean? We're just documenting everything, and we're not perfect. We're human.
yeah.
And as long as you stay consistent with the shit, you know what I mean, and just block out all the noise, stay
Yep. Right
positive,
on.
you're gonna be good.
We're gonna be good, bro.
Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
But other than that, I appreciate you. Hey, tell them where they can find you at, JT.
Yo, I am Coach JT on the Instagram, Coach JT247, TikTok, Coach JT247. And you can go to my website, thebootcampnation.com. We got some cool stuff on there. And hell, all I can say is nobody is built like you. You design your health, your wealth, and yourself. Have a good one.
Yeah, appreciate y'all. We're gonna see y'all next time on episode number 11. I don't know, I'm losing count because I'm doing 20 episodes a week. But hey, we'll see y'all later, and I'm gonna drop the tags right here, the Coach JT's information here in the description.